Hey folks, it's Kris Kringle here. Most of you know me as Santa Claus. Anyways, it's December 9th, and I've just had a crap hole of a day, let me tell you. Maybe you didn't expect old Santa to swear like a sailor, but I think I reined myself in, if you know what I mean, Rudolph. That's the last thing I remember saying to him before I got knocked the snowballs out. Yep, the lit-up little SOB knocked me into next century. I heard from a few elves who saw the whole thing that I was out cold for a good 5 minutes before I woke up screaming, "Give me back my shirt!" Weird, right? But as I started to come back to consciousness after Rudolph the Red-Nosed Karate Show-Off spin-kicked poor old Santa, hint, I could do with extra cookies this year. Oh, also, I have switched to oat milk. I remembered that I wasn't really out like a light. No, I was dreaming of the next century he had just knocked me into. And it was horrifying. I kept having to move from the North to the South Pole and back again, over and over. Many of you don't realize just how old I really am. I used to have an office down on the South Pole, and a nice workshop too. But I had to move due to a pole shift. But I have lived at the North Pole for thousands of years now, and I hate it when I have dreams about the South Pole days. It's always the same. I have somehow managed to accidentally move back to the South Pole while still living at the North Pole. My old workshops have been refurbished. It terrifies me. They got trashed up back then for a reason. I don't want to go back. But somehow, half of my stuff is already there. And it's Christmas Eve, and most of the toys are also split between the North and South Poles. Holy Santa powers activate! Like that movie I was in with The Rock, I just start throwing down magic sorting algorithms for my clutter like an AI therapist that's trauma-informed in the dark arts of letting go. But just as I think I have seen the light at the end of the tunnel of this frantic packing dilemma, I realize I am missing my favorite shirt. And that's where it starts to get so insulting. Everyone round me is suddenly wearing a close version of the shirt. Just enough to remind me what it doesn't look like, until I figure out if my problem is that I actually have more than one favorite shirt. And I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot of plaid and a lot of pearl snaps involved, and some of them are pretty metrosexual. So, now you know. Now you know how I dress on the weekend, which is basically 365 days a year, minus 2. Sorry, Santa is also bad at math. But anyways, once I decide where the shirt is and what it looks like, I have to convince myself that it will be real enough to know that it isn't just a dream shirt. It's a shirt I will own when I wake up, if I can figure out which pile it's laying in.
Your mom!
Sometimes I find it, but then I use it to end up in the same situation at the other pole again, and getting winded. I do snore like a freight train. I put the shirt in a spot for safekeeping, but as soon as I turn around, I find the shirt thief wearing my shirt. And that's when I screamed what all the eyewitnesses said I screamed, "Give me back my shirt!" After Rudolph knocked me out for telling him he really does a great job of taking the lead from behind, and then winking at him. I should have done it the other way around. I thought about just calling him a strong puller, but that had seemed more suggestive than great job. Maybe leave out from behind. Brought to you by DJ Jazzy Josh.